Salute everybody. Salute, 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 salute. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday, everyone. Salute,
Charlie
salute,
Kirk,
salute, salute,
right here in you.
salute, salute, salute. Happy, uh, I hope everybody is having a blessed and happy Thursday. Today is 9/11, anniversary of 9/11. Uh, for those of you that were around, I'm quite sure, just like myself, I can remember exactly where I was at the time that I received the news about planes flying into the World Trade Center on that day, on that Tuesday morning of September the 11th, 2001. I'll never forget that. I was stuck in traffic on Georgia 400 on my way to work. I was working at Honda Financial at the time that that tragic event occurred. One of the most, I say the most tragic event that ever occurred in our nation's history. But last night, well, yesterday, we had a tragic event that occurred yesterday, and I just want to go into that. Um, it's tragic, regardless of what type of individual that this man was. I definitely didn't agree with any of the rhetoric. He was Charlie Kirk was a right wing conservative. He had his he was basically total opposite of anything that I believed in. He, he we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into that. But the first things first, I just want to give a heartfelt condolences to his wife and two kids. I think he has a son and a daughter, and to his parents and friends and family. At the end of the day, um, this woman lost her husband, and those two children lost their father. I say it all the time. We can agree to disagree. We can we can come on here and bang out on the mic against one another, but at the end of the day, when the stream yard cuts off, when the cameras shut off, we're all humans. At the end of the day, we're someone's father, we're someone's husband, we're someone's son, and that was tragic. What happened? That was very, very tragic. Tragic. What happened? I have a lot of empathy for the family, and my condolences to the family. Now, with that being said, I'm going to play a little clip here of some of the things that's being said after Mr. Kirk was murdered. For those of you that don't know Charlie Kirk is a conservative activist. Uh, in my opinion, I think he was being groomed to run for president or become a president later on in the future. He was 31 years old. I say 10 years from now, he would have been running for president or running for governor or held some type of high political office. He was very political, um, great speaker. Although I disagree with the rhetoric that he speaks on, he's very, 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 very good orator, very good speaker, and he spoke to a lot of people. And what I mean by he spoke to a lot of people, I want you all to check this clip out right here. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Bullshit, I've never been so pissed in my whole life. And this murder Charlie Kirk, right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy. He would have been our next president. I am so pissed right now. Why do they always come with violence? Gosh damn it. Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people. Who shot Charlie Kirk? I'm driving down a Provo right now.
Like I said at the top of the show when I first came on, my condolences goes out to his family, his wife, his two children, and his parents and friends and family. My condolences goes out to them. But let me just give you my opinion of the whole situation here. First of all, I see a lot of these so-called, I call them MAGA moochers. MAGA moochers are these black content creators, these buck dancing black content creators that will do anything, and I do mean anything for content. Coming on here, instead of showing respect to the man's family and not trying to politicize this thing for clicks and views, they want to come on here and make it start the finger pointing. You know, first last night it was pointing fingers at the left, the left, the Democrats, okay? And then it went from the left, the Democrats, to then you started pointing fingers at black folks. Oh, why black people are celebrating? Why black people are happy? Why black people are happy that this happened to this man, this young man, that his life was taken at 31 years old? Why are black people celebrating? Why aren't black people showing any empathy? You do know that was against empathy is something that Charlie Kirk was definitely against. Said out his own mouth. He said empathy was a woke thing. Empathy was a bad thing. Empathy was for the weak. That's what Charlie Kirk said. So if anything, if you want to honor his wishes, empathy, showing empathy would not be it, because the man said out of his own mouth that empathy was for the weak. When he was gunned down yesterday, he was in the middle of answering a question. He was in the middle of answering a question. An audience member had asked him a question. There was, what he does, and I like his setup. He takes questions from the audience. He was the type of guy, he was never afraid to take questions from the audience. So the last question that he took, and the last words that came out of his mouth, someone was asking him about, gun violence. And he was like, well, who's causing it? Is it regular Americans or the gangs? And as soon as he spoke on that, shot rung out. Shots rung out, and one shot took him out. One shot took him out. Now, I'm a history guru. For those of you that know me, that followed me, whether it's sports or whether it's, the beefing or whatever, or whether it's when we over there on D-Truth and we having like political discussions, I am a history guru. Just like I'm a sports guru, I am a history guru. And we've had a number of assassinations in our country's history. And I've never seen an assassination on this level. Now, we've had some black leaders that got assassinated and killers were never found, or someone who they thought was the killer was found. But I find it rather odd to believe that at an event with only 3,000 people in a small town on a small college campus, that they're not able to find out who unalived this man. They're not, it's taking this long to get down to the bottom of it. I know they have a suspect, but I have my reservations about that. I really think that this was an inside hit. I don't think there was no one from the left I highly doubt if it was anyone from the Democrat or any, would they want to say anybody from the HBCU or anything like that. I find it very hard to believe. I think this was an inside MAGA hit. Anything to change the conversation from the Epstein files. Anything to actually help promote deploying the National Guard on American citizens. And if you're going to go this route, this right here would actually be good confirmation or a damn good reason to tighten up on security all across the country. Now, I also find it rather odd that it happened on the eve of 9/11. Like I said, make no mistake about it. It's wrong. No, regardless of what this man believes in, no one deserves to lose their life. Nobody deserves to lose their life. We all can agree to disagree without someone getting hurt or unalived. But something about the whole thing just doesn't add up with me. Something about the whole thing just doesn't add up. It doesn't. The guy that they claim that did it, I just don't believe. I don't believe he was the guy. I really don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but we'll see. I could be wrong, but we'll see. But this is the reaction of right wingers. Is with tragedy is triggering more hatred all across the country. HBCUs have received threats. They've had to shut down because you've had crash outs allegedly calling and making terroristic threats. And which in that I don't understand. Because we talking about a 31-year-old white man that was in a predominant white state in a predominant damn near all white town in Utah, a predominantly white state in Utah, at a predominantly white event in Utah, gunned down by a white man or a white individual. But the energy today is being directed at African Americans. African Americans getting funny looks at the red lights, in traffic, in stores. Hell, I was at Walmart earlier. And I noticed some very cold, dark energy from a few people. The looks that I was getting. If anything, an event like this should wake people up. It should wake all of us up. The rhetoric that Charlie Kirk was speaking on, that he was going to, when he was going on his tours and speaking on, he was speaking on the vision. And when it came to the guns, he said verbatim, people are going to have to be sacrificed. People are going to have to lose their lives in order for us to hold on to our Second to our Second Amendment rights. That's what he said. These are the things that he spoke on. These are the things that he believed in. Not only that, you know, so while you got these black buck dancing content creators, these MAGA moochers, because I don't believe either one of them really give a damn about Trump. I don't believe either one of them are really conservative or Republicans. They just doing the shit for money. They doing it for money. They trying to get paid. What's the quickest way to get, could they see Tatum and Candace Owens, how they came up and got rich off of bashing their own people? So now you got all of these new black content creators popping up all of a sudden, becoming conservative and Republicans overnight, trying to get paid. It's a few in our sector. I ain't calling no names. Pretending to be pro-MAGA, knowing damn well they don't give a damn about no MAGA. They don't give a damn about no Trump. Hell, they don't give a damn about the Republicans or the Democrats. They don't give a damn about this damn country. The only thing they give a damn about is getting a goddamn big accent check. That's all they care about. They don't give a flying fuck about no illegal immigrants or what is it causing a problem or anything. They don't give a damn about what's going on in Chicago. They don't care. All they care about is getting money. Pretending to be MAGA supporters, knowing damn well they're not. Now, as far as those right-wing conservatives, they're going to be who they are. They're going to be who they are. They're going to always be who they are. At least we can see, at least I know what page they're on. The Sean Hannitys, the Bill O'Reillys, and the Joe Rogans. We know what page they on. Megyn Kelly's, Glenn Beck. We know what page they're on. But these buck dancing Negroes, these mega moochers like Jason Whitlock, Anton Daniels, now Marcellus Wiley trying to buck dance. That is why our race is the laughing stock of the world. Because other demographics look at us. We are the only ones that can be bought off, paid to tear down our own for money. No other race does that shit. No other race can be bought off and paid off like that. These MAGA moochers all day, video after freaking video, trying to capitalize off this man's unaliving, trying to collect off of this man's head. This man just got taken away from 2 kids and his wife. And instead of just coming on, just giving their condolences, maybe saying a prayer, they want to come on here with this divisive bullshit, trying to divide the room. What I always say, everyone, you can never win with hate. All the years I've been on YouTube and I've been beefing with clowns, the reason why I'm hard to beat and why it's so difficult to beat me, because you cannot beat me with hate. I will not allow you to beat me with hate. I win with love. You can only win with love. You can't win with hate. You may think you can win with hate, but at the end of the day, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. A rude awakening. And it's just sad. It's really sad that this man had to lose his life. It's sad that this man's life had to be taken. What happened yesterday in Utah is pretty much God putting a mirror in front of all of us, showing us how effed up this world is. I don't agree with none of this man's rhetoric, but it's sad. It's a sad day when you cannot hold an event. He wasn't bothering nobody. He wasn't hurting nobody. All he was doing was holding an event, passing out T-shirts to his fans and to his supporters and answering questions. And some idiot that disagreed with the things that he was saying, one shot. It's sad when people take your life, take you away from your kids, take you away from your family, take you away from your wife over words. I've been saying this for the longest. Excuse me. I've been saying this for the longest. You got people in this world, and listen to me real good. This is a teachable moment. You got people in this world that will unalive you quicker over words than if you steal from them, than if you do something to one of their family members. There can be some people, I guarantee you, whoever the idiot was, I guarantee you there's someone in his life that has done some real fucked up shit to him. But he didn't have that same kind of energy that he had for Kirk. Kirk triggered him so bad with words to the point where he crashed out and took his life and pretty much ended his, because when they catch up with him, he's either going to one or two places, prison or in the grave. That's usually how it turned out, just like the guy that tried to unalive Trump. Once again, I don't agree with a damn thing. I don't like what Charlie Kirk stand for. I don't agree with none of the bullshit that he says. In my opinion, and I'm not denigrating the man. I'm not defecating on his grave or on the situation when I say what I'm getting ready to say. But in my opinion, he wasn't a good man. He was divisive. He divided the room. He was in favor of bringing back sundown towns. He didn't give a damn about everybody else getting reparations, but he was against African Americans getting reparations. Reason why? Because we wouldn't have sense with the money. Those were his reasons. Black people are not smart enough to fly airplanes. He would never get on a flight if the pilot was black, was an African American male or African American female. He was a divisive, in my opinion. In my opinion, I felt like he was a racist. But did he deserve to die? No, he did not. He didn't deserve to die. He has, even though I disagree with the shit he was saying at his rallies, like I always say, the essence of democracy is the freedom of choice. And we all are Americans at the end of the day. And we all have that First Amendment that gives us the right to speak our mind and to speak freely in what we believe in, to speak from the heart. Now, the things that he spoke came from his heart. Can't change that. But there's no reason for anyone to take this man's life or to gun him down in front of his wife and family and supporters. That was dead ass wrong. And I hope the person that's behind it, or whoever the person's, I feel like it was an inside conspiracy. I feel like it was a hit. Whoever was behind it. And there's no way in hell that I would ever believe that one person was able to pull off that hit. I will go to my grave never believing that only one person, a lone gunman, was able to pull this off. Now, maybe you could sell people on that bullshit back in the 60s, which I still don't believe Oswald was acted alone on that hit on Kennedy. I don't believe James Earl Ray acted alone on that hit on Dr. King. I don't believe that Sirhan acted alone on that hit on Robert Kennedy. But that's what we was told. That's what our grandfathers and mother and fathers were told. That's what the history books told us. But this is 2025. You know, and I know there's no way in the damn hell that with all this technology, cameras everywhere, every damn well. You mean to tell me they can catch people taking shit off of folks' porches? They can catch, if you do something on the highway, they can catch it. Let a Brinks truck crash and money fly out everywhere. And tens of 20 people get out their cars picking money up. I guarantee you they'll be able to identify everybody that picked up money within a couple of hours. With all the advanced technology that we have now today, there's no way in hell that anybody can tell me that whoever did it acted alone. There's no way. There's no way. No way in the hell. No way. There's no way. This was a hit. This was a well orchestrated hit, in my opinion. In my opinion. You know, I always say my thoughts and my opinion. Do I agree with the things this man said? Hell no. But I don't agree with anyone taking someone's life because of what they believe in, because of their political affiliations, over words. This man lost his life over words because he didn't hurt nobody. He wasn't bothering nobody. He was at an event with his supporters, passing out T-shirts, having a conversation with the audience and taking questions. He was gunned down over words. And this goes back to what I've said months ago. since I've been on this platform, people will crash out quicker on you over words than they will over anything else. You can steal thousands of dollars from a person, and I come behind you to that, and I hurt that person's feelings, roast them, cook them on the mic, and that person will hate me more than they hate you, and you was the one that stole the money from them. That's how fucked up this world is. That's just like I got idiots that hate me over the fact that I cooked them on the mic. And there's other people that have done a hell of a lot worse to them. Physically have done shit to them. But they don't have that same energy for them. But they have all the energy for me over words. Now, is it wrong that you got, are there certain people that are celebrating his unaliving? Yes, it is. Do I agree with that shit? No, I don't. Am I going to come on here and make videos all day long going at them chests? No, I'm not. For the simple fact that, hell, all of us are going to die one day. And I guarantee you, when you die, you ain't going to know it. You will never know it. But somewhere, somebody is going to be celebrating or going to be glad that you ain't around nobody, that you ain't around anymore. We all have haters. Some of us have more haters than others. I guarantee you, if it was me, it'd be a whole lot of Negroes on here celebrating. Going live, doing celebration parties. Oh, Mondo got assassinated. Mondo got assassinated. They'll be dancing and celebrating and everything, making drops and stuff about me. So why would I waste my time come on here and calling out people for celebrating what happened to Charlie Kirk? We all got haters. We all got haters. Jason Whitlock over there crashing out. Something about Cam Newton or something about what Stephen A. Smith. Because ESPN didn't do a whole show about Charlie Kirk. Man, come on. Jason Whitlock, sit your fat ass down somewhere, bruh. I guarantee you, if something happened to you, or if you get unalive, God forbid, I'm not wishing that on you, but if you got unalive Jason Whitlock, I guarantee you it will be a whole lot of people celebrate. Because it's a lot of people that can't stand your ass. They can't stand you. They will be celebrating like hell. So this ain't nothing, come on, man. This is life. You're going to have haters. You're going to have haters. They're just like when Kevin Samuels passed away. When Kevin Samuels passed away 4 years ago. Them women, all them feminists, Cynthia G, Shira 7, and all of them, they were doing live celebrating. Tanya TKO, all of them, they were celebrating when the man passed away. That is life. You got fucked up people in this world. It ain't a damn thing you can do about it. So you come on here and crash out, rant, rave, and all you want to. That ain't gonna never change. Never. But my heart goes out to his family. It's fucked up what happened to him. It was a tragic event. And my heart goes out to him. I have empathy for the family. But honoring his wishes, because the man said the empathy is for the weak. The empathy is for the woke. So that man, he didn't believe in having empathy. And the way he died, according to his own words, he died for a cause. He was a strong advocate of the Second Amendment. So for some of you that's calling for gun control, or gun reform, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Because that man said out his own mouth, a lot of us are going to have to die in order to hold on to our rights, our Second Amendment rights. Those were his words. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming out. Hey, this is going to be the new thing over here. Going to be doing reactions over here. I did a little bit more talking. Yeah, that was just a little quick video clip that I wanted to play for you all. But this is going to be the new content over here. We're going to be doing reactions over here. So, and then I'll be doing a couple of, some. Now that we're getting toward the end of the summer. We're in September now. It's starting to be nice outside. I'm going to go out by the lake and do some lakeside chats and just chop it up with you all and, do a little troll review about, what's going on in the sector. But thank you all for coming out. Peace and blessings. Love you all. Make sure you all hit that like button for those of you that will be watching the playback. Make sure you hit that like button. And hey, listen, we can all agree to disagree, okay? But the notion to take someone's life over words, we got to do better. We got to do better. And I've been saying this for the longest. You got people, even in our own sector, many people in this sector crash out on other individuals over words. Over words. You got to be a sick individual to crash out and want to cause harm or do harm to someone over words. But it's sad, though. It really is. It's sad. Thank you all for coming out. Peace and blessings to you. Get home safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'm a Mondo Black. Catch you all next time. We'll pass.